I was, for lack of a better word, emasculated. I was sat down in front of an older woman when I had taken interest in her granddaughter, and she completely shredded my entire way of life. And it really, 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 really stuck with me
Okay.
because I knew that she was only the first person to say something, but there are plenty of people that knew me and knew my family that felt the same way she did. And she
What
was
did
the one setting up those barriers of what are you going to do when you're this age? What are you going to do by this deadline? What are you going to do by this? How are you going to be living by then? And I realized like I was totally unprepared for those questions because I had never even given any thought. I was just floating around thinking, I'll have stuff figured out by then.
okay. Is question, is there a reason that you've held her on this pedestal as her questions and her decisions and her dictating when something will happen
Mhm.
means you're doing something wrong?
Because I looked at that as the representation of this is what everyone feels about me. She was just the first person to say it.
Is that true?
I mean, based off of little rumors and whispers that I've heard, kind of, yeah.
Everybody?
Not everyone, but there have been people that have asked my family some questions about me, like looking at me funny because I didn't have my whole life planned out.
Is there a
So,
reason you feel like you needed to have a resume for everybody?
um, because I'm not strong enough to tell people how I'm living comfortably and just shake off their opinions. The way I'm perceived matters to me. I'm not saying
What
that everyone in the world has to like me, but I want people to at least look at me and say he's respectable.
do you
And
think they
people,
don't say that?
yeah, no, I don't.
Why?
I've basically for the better part of my entire life, I've never been accepted by a social group at all. Um, and people have never accepted me for who I was.
Who were
People have,
you?
I was a kid that was into some weird things. I had bad people skills. Um, to be honest, I never learned how to adequately get along with people after the traumatic experience of my mother dying. She knew how to handle me, she knew who to put me around. After she passed, I stopped being able to find people who understood me. She, I missed that. So as a result, I was floating around from social group to social group, and nobody was accepting of me either. Fast forward, I get older, and now I'm not only not accepted by social groups, I'm not accepted by society in terms of you should have this done by your 30, you should have that by your 25, you should have this by your 27. So now I'm looked upon as socially unacceptable, financially unacceptable, and futuristically unacceptable because I have no plan.
Okay. So, and I'm just going to backtrack your words. So, really, you are simply an introverted child with a traumatic loss,
Mm-hmm.
and you just don't feel like you belong because you lost your pillar, your
Mm-hmm.
mom.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. And while you're looking for, which we all do, we're humans. It's one of our core themes is to be accepted. But I have a question. Do you accept yourself?
I feel like I do, but in me accepting myself, I don't know if that alienates others because I'm weird.
Why are you weird? Says who?
Um, Corky, multiple people that I've hung around previously. Like
Do you think
I'm my bad, not to cut you. I'm not. I don't
Oh
mean to cut you
no,
off.
no. No, it's just
Yeah.
the connection. I heard you after.
Okay. Yeah. The things that I say about me aren't just my own formulated opinions. These are the opinions of multiple people that hung around me for extended periods of time.
Okay.
Like
If
it's not like I'm one of those people that claim to be quirky and have all these weird little, you know, attitude things or inklages. Nah, everything that I could say, I could call three people right now and they'll all verify, yeah, he's out there.
so it that's them and what they're talking about, but Elijah, what do you think when you look in the mirror? And I ask this because our words are powerful. The first
Hmm.
words that came out were weird, quirky. I'm just from my notes looking for acceptance. Why are those bad things? That you're different, that you're outside of the box, that you're creative, that you don't follow the crowd, that you're your own person.
Because I feel like my differences have led me to be more ostracized.
Have they?
Maybe I need to get out more. Maybe I'm in my own head too much. I do get very, 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 very anxious.
It's a great place to live. Just don't stay there. It's a good place to stay. Visit, don't stay there. Just visit. Take a look at the
uh,
neighborhood, get their opinions, but don't stay there. So I do have one question for you because
mhm,
these are you're telling me these things that everyone else is saying. What do
mhm,
you think of yourself? You are a strong man. You are healthy. You are on this call. You are capable of connecting, of communicating. You have drive. You have passion. It doesn't matter. Anxiety and excitement are the same thing. We just label it differently. So you are okay. You might go into a crowd. It might make you anxious. Or the other part of you, it's excitement. It's different. It's new. It's outside your comfort zone. It just depends on how you label these things. And so when you look in the mirror and you brush your teeth and you get up and you're in the shower and you're getting ready, if you didn't know who you are, who would you be? What would you wear? How would you
mhm,
act? How would you feel? How would you speak?
mhm,
What would you do? And it's a lot of questions, but the beauty is it's whatever you want. They can say you're weird. You can say they're validated. But if you don't think that, it doesn't matter. And you will be accepted when you accept yourself. But what do you want?
mhm,
And I want you to go away from this conversation knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. You are not doing anything wrong. You are not doing anything outside the norm. You are doing what works for Elijah right now. And you're not losing, you're learning. You win or you learn. That's all it
mhm,
is. Failure and learning are the exact same word. It's just what you put on it, the magnetism that you put on it. You got an F on a
mhm,
test, you failed, or you learned what you didn't know and what you need to fix for next time. It's the same exact thing. You're exactly where you need to be. And we had this conversation in your chat in the beginning, you didn't meet these milestones. Who's they? And this woman, plenty of people
mhm.
met milestones much later in life. You're still learning. Maybe you're still gaining. Maybe you haven't crossed that path yet. But when you look in the mirror, who do you want to be? If you could be anybody and you could find your passion, and that will come. You don't make the best life by finding yourself, you do it by creating yourself. So, who are you becoming?
Okay.
What do you wear? How do you act? How do you feel? You just close your eyes and brush your teeth. How does it feel to be you? How does it feel to be where you are? How does it feel to have that goal? How do you speak? Is your tone lower? Do you speak anxious? Do you speak quietly? What does that feel like? What do you do? It doesn't have to be what do you do, meaning, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay. It doesn't mean what do you do job wise? What do you do around others? What do you do in a crowd? What do you do when you're frustrated? Like, Elijah, this is such a beautiful conversation because there's so many
Mhm.
outside things. And I don't know if you heard Nathaniel and I talk earlier. It's this
I did.
tornado. And it's easy to get caught in that. You didn't do this by the time you were 20. You didn't do this by the time you were 22. You didn't do this by the time you were 30. You can keep listening to that, and that can keep pushing you further down the line as far as you didn't do this when you were 50. That's
Mm.
noise. That's just noise. Who are you becoming? I think it's beautiful that you're here because you can become whatever the hell you want. It doesn't have to be based on your past. It doesn't have to be based on these people's opinions. It doesn't have to be based on acceptance. Make your own tribe. Do your own thing. But who are you becoming? And the beauty is you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Exactly where you're supposed to be. What are you
Okay.
hearing?
I'm hearing everything. I'm hearing
What
that I'm I shouldn't let people tell hammer me for what I haven't done by a certain point. I'm hearing that there is a level of self-acceptance that I still have to reach, and I know I have a road to get there. And it sounds kind of generic, the whole make be a tribe of one, make your own community type of thing. Like it sounds generic only because I'd heard it before, so many times before. Because you're not the first person that I've told this to. So when you hear it over and over again and you keep failing at it, you start thinking like, all right, that's there is no truth in that. But to be honest, I could have done a better job in learning how to accept myself for what I am, what I'm not. And
what do you like about yourself?
um, I'm one of those people that in a group, I can actually, I'm the uplifting one. I'm the caretaker. I bring energy. I bring laughs. I try to get everybody on the same page. I'm very, very. This is kind of weird for a dude to say. I'm kind of nurturing. On for instance, if someone at my job today, they were having a bad day. They were having an argument with his, he was having an argument with his girlfriend, and he was visibly stressed out. And I did my best while everyone was just saying, "Oh, forget him." I did my best to try to like lighten his spirit. Like, yo, dude, check this out. You can worry about that later. In 3 hours when we go to lunch, you won't even care about whatever she's saying. But I do not want you to get kicked out of this establishment. We're all here. We all came in together. I want to see everybody here succeed. So please throw your phone in your locker and let's get back out there. Don't touch it till noon.
I love it. So you're a connector. You're a
Yes.
guide. You're a helper.
Yes.
Nurturing is not a bad thing. Everyone needs empathy. Everybody needs empathy. A different light shined on it. Oh, only moms can be nurturing. That's not true. We're all human beings. We all need that aspect. So you're a connector.
Mhm.
Is there anything wrong with that?
No, there's nothing wrong with that. Um, I'm painfully nice.
What does
If
painfully
that's,
nice mean?
I'm too much of a nice guy.
He's talking
Too
about
much of a nice guy.
he's talking about the woman to the woman.
No, generally too. I'm a nice guy to everybody. I gave somebody because one of the guys there, he had gotten into a car accident. He was a little dizzy. I gave him my $5 can of Red Bull today. That
So
shit
let
was.
me get
I
this
said that was
straight.
$5.
Did it matter?
Nah, I didn't make a big deal out of it because if I didn't give that to him, he might have passed out on the floor, and then we would have all been. I don't know what would have happened.
So let me get this straight. You're a connector. Let me
Mm-hmm.
put my finger on the camera. Compassionate, nurturer, helpful, a guide. All of these amazing qualities. Looking at me, and you're worried about what other people think?
Yeah, it
Was
sounds
anybody
crazy
else
when
going
you
to
put it
help
in
your
that
friend so he
perspective.
didn't get fired? Was anybody
No,
else going to give away the Red Bull so the guy didn't pass out?
no.
You're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're a giver. Now, there are some ends to being too nice. We'll talk about that. We don't want you to be a doormat. That's totally different. It's not allowed. You can be nice, but you cannot be a doormat. That's boundaries. There have to be some boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
But everything that you're telling me, these voices, this loudness, you know exactly who you are. You know exactly how powerful you are. But it's hard to listen when we're going so fast and we're listening to everything else. You sit with that. Who are you becoming? Because you're exactly where you need to be as a connector, as a guide, as a helpful source, as a listener, as an empathetic observer to your other human beings on this planet. You had a traumatic loss, and that's a lot. I can't speak on that, and I'm very sorry for your loss. But you take that and you take your mom's strength and you bring that with you to everything that you do. And you just told me that you did. A nurturer, every mother's a nurturer. A connector, you bring the laughs, you're uplifting. I'm looking over at the notes that I took. There's such beauty in what you told me. I hope that you see that.
Thank you.
What are you hearing? No, thank you for sharing. It's a lot to be vulnerable and to be honest and to share with hundreds of people.
I heard that I have beautiful tendencies, so that actually kind of makes me smile a little bit. Um, I
Tell her
heard
about
that.
the whole situation. 'Cause I know Dawn's gonna have to leave soon. Tell her about the whole situation what you struggle with, where they think that you're creepy.
What?
Like a woman would think that he was creepy. So I said, what?
What?
That's news to me. I mean, maybe they might think I'm creepy because I'm too nice, or I might have a tendency to say the wrong thing sometimes.
Right, that's creepy.
Yeah,
So
like,
why? In other words, Dawn, what he interprets as normal, the women are taking as creepy. Oh, he cares about me. He's finding out why did I get home yet? Like,
Oh,
right,
Elijah.
right.
That's
oh,
an
okay,
insecure woman that's not worth your time. That's totally different.
okay. Yeah,
That's
we were both
totally
confused
different.
on
That's
that.
a woman who's not secure with herself and who's always looking for drama. You're a gentleman and you
Okay,
actually care about her self-safety and well-being. You hold your standards high. If that's creepy to her, we're good. We're good.
okay,
Bye, girl. Yeah. If that's creepy to her, bye, Felicia.
okay.
That's a whole different, that's not coaching. No.
He's too
No,
nice. He's
you'd
always
be
doing
surprised because
this.
that's
Like,
that's a
get out of
constant
be
that's a constant
tougher.
issue.
Yeah.
That's a
There's a
constant
lot to
issue.
say for heart and compassion.
Mhm.
And these are amazing qualities. And just because they don't jive with everybody else, until you accept them as powerful and strong, and that you have something to offer, not just somebody else, should there be a spouse in the picture someday, but to the world, as long as you're looking on the outside for validation, you're going to keep running into this circle conversation.
Mhm.
That's real. That's real. That's serious. As long as
Here,
you're looking for validation.
you are the only person that you've been looking for. And I'll tell you what, Elijah, all you need is your next breath and a belief in yourself. A belief that being a connector is powerful. A belief that being a nurturer is powerful. A belief that laughter and empathy and, just being the joy for somebody else, those are powerful characteristics and qualities. And they were given to you for a reason. They're not weird. They're weird to those
Mhm.
that you don't need in your tribe. They're not odd. They're odd to those that they just don't speak your language. When you're true to
Mhm.
you and you love who you are and who you are becoming, everything slowly starts to fall into place. Again, seriously,
Okay.
just in the morning, the next 5 days, brush your teeth. What do you wear? 5 years. What do you look like? How do you act? What do you feel like in the morning? What's your bank account look like? What do your clothes look like? What does your house look like? How do you speak to others? What do you do? Do you donate? Do you meditate? Do you run? Do you run around with your kids? Do you run around with your girl? Do you travel? What do you do?
Mm.
Because if you don't know, you're not going to get anywhere. But if you throw that specific details out to the energy and to the universe, it'll slowly come back to you. But you have to decide what you want. What do you want?
Don't hold back from a
I want
lot.
to start.
Before she leaves, let her know your struggles. Do you prefer a lady, or do you like kind of like a toxic type of ratchet type of woman? Like, you got to let her know that. Don't hold nothing. She needs to know the
Uh,
raw.
in terms of that, I'm not sure if I ever met a lady or if a lady's ever been interested in me long enough for us to actually build something. I've had a string of toxic people come in and out of my life to a point where I think that that's just what I attract and what I'm attracted to.
So
Because
here,
I've my bad.
In
I've
a
oh
nut-
never
no, 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 I was
been
gonna say.
long enough.
in a nutshell, he loves
Well,
hoes.
two things. One, I'm happy to keep connecting with you further on this. But two,
Mhm.
a lot of times we get what we accept. When we accept toxic and drama and stress, that's what keeps coming through our door. But when you figure out,
Mhm.
and this kind of goes back to what we were talking about before, when you figure out what you want and who you are, you put boundaries on that because you're no longer willing to tolerate it. It doesn't fit with who you are. You're a baller.
Mhm.
You're a lover. You're a nurturer. You want a queen who's going to let you open the car door and open the door and not get all freaky because, oh, you're being too nice. No, because you cherish her. That's what you're looking for. And when you stop tolerating all the other nonsense, thinking that's what you have to accept because that's what always comes your way, then things start to change. It starts with you, what you want. What is what does your future look like? What does this woman look like? What does this person look like? What do you guys do together? How does she talk to you? How do you talk to her? What do you do on a random Saturday night? You know, it doesn't have to be concrete. You're not predicting the future, but you're setting inside your subconscious what you are willing to tolerate. And when you don't know what you're going to tolerate, you'll tolerate anything. When you don't know what you stand for whatever comes your way. And you just think that's what life has to offer, not realizing that you're in control. You're in control. But if you've just
Mhm.
been going through the motions and going through the flow, you never knew that. So you just took what came your way. That's it. I get
Yeah,
toxic
and
women.
now
I get crazy.
I've been accepting of it for so long. It's hard for me to say no.
But if you're not accepting of yourself and
Mhm.
you know who you are and what you want, you just take anything that comes your way. Because she's nice. She's pretty. I bet she looks good. She probably
Mhm.
does. She probably does.
Mhm.
But does your heart sit well with that? Is that really what you want forever?
Mhm.
Drama and chaos? Is that what you
Mhm.
want your kids growing up with? Should you have them? Drama and
Mhm.
chaos? When you decide what you want and who you are and what you're willing to tolerate, it starts from the inside. A connector, a nurturer, a strong, compassionate man that's going to take care of me. Sign me up. No drama.
Okay.
We communicate. We talk. We push each other. We're a team. He's my champion. Sign me up. She's out there. You might not be ready for her yet because you have to love you first. You cannot love anybody else until you love yourself.
Okay.
You've given me so many amazing qualities that I would love for my daughters to find someone like you in years. Someone who's strong, who's a nurturer, who's empathetic, that just doesn't worry about themselves. How hard is that to be in a relationship where there's only one sided and it's always that person? That's not a team. That's not a relationship. That's a fan club. I'm not paying for that. I'm not doing that. No one's interested in that. Please, we're grown ups. We're not doing that. So a
Uh,
nurturer, like that's so beautiful that where you lost your mom, you can share her in so many other ways.
mm,
What are
mm.
you hearing?
I'm hearing that I need to I need to continue on my path because I might not be ready for the woman that I'm supposed to be with. And that might be why I never connected with a good woman because I need to learn myself first and be able to know and accept and verbalize what doesn't work for me or what I don't need before I
Very true.
can take on what something that I do.
And stand up for that. So if I told you, hey, I've got this great opportunity for you, it can be whatever you want. I'm going to open this door. Okay. You're outside this
Mm-hmm.
golden door. And inside that door is anything you want. You just have to choose anything you want. It could be wealth, it could be physical, it could be relationships, it can be anything you want. But you have to choose. And I open that door, and that's life. It's the same thing. It's anything you want. You just have to choose. You choose what you accept, you choose what you don't accept, and you walk through that door and you make it exactly the party you want. It's not just a random door. People think you open the door randomly. You're just like, geez, I would just go left and I hope it looks good over here. No, you create that door when you open it. It's whenever you want, and you can only open it once. So you better make it the best event ever. And that's what this is. It's life. You get one shot. That's it. That's it. Your mom had one shot, and she did an amazing job with you. And it was, I'm sure it's been just very, very hard. But her life was not in vain because you are a connector. You are a nurturer. You are empathetic. And you love that, and everything else will roll into place.
Okay. Thank you.
Raj, you need to take notes of that.
I'm happy to help.
I love that part where she says you are a nurturer, you are a connector, you are empathetic. You know, I think more people need to take notes down the same way how we give notes when we take notes down when we're talking to people. I think it's important for the receivers to take notes. I just learned that literally. I need to tell people in the future, listen, you have to have a pen and paper. You need to take notes because you need to read back. You need to read this back to you when you can, because the struggle is going to be all of these things. Now, Dawn, of course, like I said, you know, we're going to be doing this. Dawn, listen, the people are going to want to know how often could you be here. I want you to tell them now because I don't want it to be my word because they were like, "Where's she at? Where's she at?" You know, because we need to know because Elijah right now. This is something consistently, you know, I'm doing a short film, so he's going to be starring in this. I'll wait till your part comes in once September, right? You know, it's gonna take me like 6 months to put it together, but it's gonna be amazing. So by the time you land and we'll do what we got to do, like we discussed, but how often could you be on this channel? Because I have people that need help. And Elijah, there's going to be another one of my homegirls is struggling because she's dating this guy. She has children. There's a couples therapy that you may have to give for a half an hour. They need some guidance. They have a long distance relationship. So, you know, Elijah's breaking the ice. How often could you be here?
First of all, Elijah, thank you. Thank you for just being honest. I'm a complete stranger to you. And, just for being open with my questions and my suggestions. So I appreciate that. And Nathaniel, we can do this once a month. We'll figure this out. And I'm happy to, do giveaways and share, but you don't know what you don't know. And I think now, especially for any coach that has come to the other side and realizes the power that's up here, that's a game changer. It's a game changer. And just exposing more people to that, it's a game changer.
Well, I'm going to be the first one to tell everybody, author Dawn Cook, okay? I said it. I mean, she has to get used to that because that's exactly what she is. You can't just write a book and call yourself an artist, right? You're an author, and
Thank
I
you.
want you
Yes.
to let them know about this book that's coming. You know, depending on who's here, because I know Elijah's going to be asking me, "Yo, you think she gonna give me a book? Then she gonna give So, can you tell them basically, about the book? I mean, you are an author officially now. You know.
I
Plethora.
am. Thank you. Thank you very much. I keep tilting my head. Yes, so I am, and I'll have more details shortly. The book will be out next month, though, and everyone can find it on Amazon. And I'm revamping the website and Instagram and all that fun stuff. So lots of good things in store. They do take a little bit of time to kind of manipulate and edit behind the scenes, but all good things. So yes, next time I'm on here, I'll have plenty more to share and hopefully some fun giveaways and just get everybody on, you know, inside your mind. Like I told Elijah, it's a good place to visit. Don't stay there though. Don't stay there.
Uh,
And
all
listen,
right.
ladies and gentlemen, don't be asking her for no damn buddy pass. That's just for me. All right, I want y'all
What
to
am I
be
gonna do with
thinking them
you?
giveaways gonna be
Seriously?
happening. They gonna be like, I want to fly. I'm like, you want to fly? You go buy her book on Amazon. That's how you fly, David. Only thing I just want to do, when I'm on a plane with Dawn, I just gotta just sit there so I can sit there like a little kid, no cameras. I just gotta be on the plane as she flies. That's all I'm trying. That's my goal this year. You understand?
We'll
Huh?
see what we can do. We'll see what we
Mhm.
can
Yes.
do.
So we're gonna work that out. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, Dawn has to be going. She has to get up early. She has a red eye. Um, and we appreciate you. And Elijah, please, we have to follow this up. So just remember the notes that she took and the notes that you take, because we're gonna
Okay.
continue this. We're gonna
Okay.
continue this. We're gonna continue this. So this is just the start of a beginning. So Elijah, welcome to the movement. Dawn, welcome to the movement that we created. You know, this movement starts now, today.
Let's do
And this
this.
this one
Okay.
here, you know, so much love to y'all. And Elijah, I'll be talking to you in a second. Dawn, again, I appreciate you so much. I think you're an amazing woman. Any words to the people before we leave out of here?
Well, first of all, Nathaniel, honestly, thank you for this platform. I know we met by chance, but nothing is by accident. So I
Yes.
greatly appreciate that. And Elijah, again, thank you for your time. I'm a complete stranger. And you're probably like, girl, please. You don't know. But
Oh no, he's
I'm just,
definitely.
you never know. You never know. Take what you want from it. But honestly, for
Mm.
everybody, just you're inside. You are who you have been looking for. That's it. It's not from the outside. It's not from the shoes. It's not from Instagram, social media, or anybody's comments. That's the last place we need validation. You love yourself. You be happy with yourself. And if you don't like it, here's a secret: change. You're completely capable of changing. If you don't like what you see in the mirror, change. Do it. What do you see? What do you want to wear? How do you want to act? Everything that I ask Elijah, then change it. So do it. So please join us next month and look forward to sharing a lot more. But you are who you are looking for. And what I tell all my clients, all you need is your next breath and a belief in yourself. That is it. That is
Mm,
it.
Mm.
Elijah, can you put that in your notes right there?
Hell yeah.
It's going in my book.
And ladies and gentlemen, like she said, listen, and fellas, stay away from these ratchet women all damn summer. Man, stay away. Get you a lady. You know what I'm saying? You see this woman here, her makeup is incredible. You see her eyebrows looking incredible, teeth, smile, all that. I mean, damn, man. Y'all gotta stop, man. No woman with gold teeth this summer. Nah, we gotta stop
Nathaniel, what am I going to do with you?
that. Much love to Dawn, Elijah, all the above, man. You guys are fantastic.